Good morning, and today I thought we'd try to recreate this image. It's a composite of 5 different photographs. So let's get started. I'll get rid of this, and of course we'll start with a blank document, and we're going to bring in the first image, which is of a lake. Now we're just simply going to pull this down and import it in. And then get rid of the original. Now we'll get the move tool. We can dump it down the bottom. And really I want the water's edge to be about halfway up the screen, so I'll increase the size of the photograph until I get it somewhere I want it. Oh, they should do. Right, and the next thing we'll do is we'll bring in the skyline. And, well, actually, before we do that, I suppose we better darken it. It's a shot of the sunset, so everything's going to be fairly darkish. So I'm going to put a brightness and contrast on, and I'm going to attach it by alt-clicking between them. And I'm just going to reduce the brightness to about 60ish or something. So yeah, that should do all right. There you go. Only going to keep the part of the water anyway. Right, the next photograph I want is a cityscape. It is. I'll drag this down and import this in. And then it's just pick the part of the cityscape you want and whatever size you want. So I'm just going to increase the size of this thing a bit. Somebody, I think. Yep. And what we'll do is we'll attach the layer mask to it. Down the bottom here on the right hand side, you'll see layer mask. And if you get a black brush, because layer masks work in black and white, black conceals, white reveals. If I just run across it with a black brush, you'll see it conceals a bit there. Oh, so we can just do something like that. Yeah, it's blended in. Now, of course, the next thing is we're going to actually do a different sky, so we need to take that sky out. So I'll go back to the original picture and I'll just get the quick select tool. I'll run it across the sky and we'll check it over. That's alright. There's a bit there. Speak. It's taken away. Otherwise, everything else looks okay. Yep. So we'll just go to select, modify, and we'll color that by 1. So we'll just take the sharp edge off it. And if we just hit delete on the keyboard, that'll take it away. Now we deselect it. Of course, what's happened is because we're taking away the sky, the mountains is now showing through, which is part of the lake photo. So if you highlight the lake photo, again, put a layer mask on, grab your black brush, and just remove the mountains. There you go. So we're going to put a sky in there. So we'll now go and open the next one. There you go there, sky. Again, we'll drag it down, grab the layer, import again. Now obviously the sky wants to be behind the buildings, and behind in Photoshop terms means below. So if I grab this and just move it below the buildings, there it is there. In fact, if I move it below the water as well, yep, then we're going to be behind everything. So we'll get the move tool and we'll just size this thing up. And now we can just move it around to find the bit that we want. I wanted this bit here because that is going to be part of the sunset. So we'll click the tick there. We've got all that right. The thing we didn't do on the Cityscape, we didn't darken it. So we'll highlight the Cityscape again. Again, get a brightness and contrast. Attach it to it by alt clicking between them, and then we're going to just move the brightness down to something like 80. Yeah, it sort of matches in with the water there. Of course, we don't want to do anything to the sky because we're going to colour that later anyway. Right, the next thing we want is we'll log in for the model to be sitting on. So that is actually there. That's going to be the log that is just going to be sitting on. So get your selection tool and select the log. You're going to jump off in a few places because everything's the same tone behind it. We'll just edge these bits off. There you go, that looks not too bad. Doesn't matter about the bottom because we won't be seeing that. So I go to select, modify, feather, and feather by 1, and then Control J will put it on its own layer there. So we'll turn off the original layer, that's what we've got. So again, we'll pull this down and we'll pull it into the document. And then get rid of the original. Get your move tool. And again, we're just going to resize. So something like that's probably okay. It wants to be sort of down here somewhere. Yep, we have to make that a bit lower. I should probably do it. Of course, again, too late. So we'll put on a brightness and contrast. I'll click between them to connect them like that. And I'm going to turn down the brightness right off, in fact. It's still not dark enough. So we'll go back down to create new fill or adjustment layer at the bottom. And this time we'll select even saturation. We'll attach that to it by alt clicking between them. And then I can reduce the brightness again. It should be around about there. Yeah, because remember this sunset's going to be there, so this is all going to be shadow. Right, the model is the next one. So open, find the model. Again, we're just going to get the quick selection tool. We're going to make a sort of quick selection of it. And then we're going to start at the top. See, we're just missing the brow a bit. Just keep catching it here. So we're working way down. You put your finger on the Alt key, look turn to a minus, and you actually get a wing it. Put your finger on Shift, go back to plus. You can go to adding again. We're just going to follow the here down. That looks alright. This side looks alright. Missing a bit of here there. And we don't really want that bit in there, so Alt and click on it. It should select it. All the way down the legs. Again, we're missing a bit of fingers. Get our toes in. Come up around the heel. Again, I'll use Alt key to change it to a minus. So I'll just nudge that in to our leg. That's the heel from the other leg. Up. And this bit here, it's too dark underneath the leg. You're never going to pick that up. It's always going to be a bit raggedy. So, best thing to do is we'll get the polygonal lasso tool. We'll put our finger on Alt, and a little minus comes up beside it. And then we can just manually select the bit we don't want. Like that. Right, so now we'll come up the top. This shouldn't be here, so I'll go back to selection brush. Again, put my finger on Alt. Take that bit away. Follow it up. It's all okay going up. Yep. Right. The big problem with this is here. So I'm just going to zoom down to my head, and I'm going to hit select and mask. And as you can see, it's got bits of background here sticking through the hair, and bits of hairs are missing. So we'll fix that with the second tool down here. It's called the Refine Edge Brush, and if you just take it and run it around the edge of our hair, you'll see it will pick up the straggly bits of hairs, and it will also take away the background through the hairs. Because Photoshop isn't daft, it knows what colour the background is. So we just run it over. I would suggest being a bit careful going down because our top is blue as well. Here you go. Don't forget to pick up the bits of hairs. It always looks so much better if you've got straggly bits of hairs on it. And again, pick up the hairs, take out the blue. you go. And if you want to see what sort of change you've made to that, if you go here on the view mode and flip it into black and white, you'll see how we've picked up all the bits of haze sitting around, and you've taken out the bits of the background. Right, so we're going to feather it by 1. We're going to move the edge in about -12. That's just so we don't get a little halo around it. And if I decontaminate the colours, it means it decontaminates the background colour from what was selected. And if you watch your hair, when I put, see the difference? Just brought the colour back into my hair. And if we say OK to that, there she's there. So I'll just have a look. All looks fine to me. So I'll right click the mask and I'll apply the layer mask. So now I've just got the layer. I'll drag this down out of the way, pick it up and import her in. And get rid of the original. Then all we've got to do is size her up. So she's going to be sitting on there. It's going to be a fair size. And if we just go off from the corner, it'll turn to little left and right arrows. That means you can spin it. So I'm going to bring her around so I can get the foot on there. And of course it also looks like she's got her face turned up to the sunset. So we'll just do that. There you go. Right. So we've got our position right. Probably got a bit further over, I would imagine as well. So we'll take a little bit further into the shot. That's not bad. Right, first things first, model sitting on the log, but she isn't sitting on the log. Doesn't look like she's sitting on the log. So what you need to do is, underneath the model, you should put a new layer in. And then get your black brush. Get it a bit smaller than that. And we've got to remember that the sunset's going to be about here, shining on our face. This is all going to be dark, and so you want to shadow around like this. In fact, a bit longer than that, I think, considering the angle that the sun's going to be coming down. So we'll put a nice big shadow in there. And again, around our feet, well, foot. And if you just turn the opacity down to that, and it looks like the shadow. Something like that. Right, let's have a drink. Next thing, I think we should better put this sunset in, hadn't we? Yep, let's get the sunset in. So I'm going to put a new layer on the top, and it doesn't actually want to be there though. It wants to be behind the skyline. So if I drag it down and put it below the buildings, then I can pick the foreground colour, and we're going to pick we're going to do a sunset in two colours, red and yellow. So you want a sort of ruddy red colour, don't you, for a sunset, something like that-ish. We'll see okay to that. I'm going to actually go a bit mad with this anyway, because it's going to be the red colour of the sunset. So we're going to click it in there. Let's put a bit over there as well. Yeah. And if you go over to your mode, you can actually change that to valley. And you see what we get? We just get a nice red in there. So now we'll go get the foreground colour again. This time we'll get it nice yellow. Make it smaller, and we'll put the sun in behind that building, I think. Just about there. Do a couple of clicks for that. And again, oh, well, it's already on, isn't it? Yep. So we've got a nice little sunset there. Shade, of course, is much too light because this part of that is in the shadow. So we're going to go back to our model. We're going to put a brightness and contrast on, and we're going to attach it to it. So it's only there, it's effects, and we're going to bring our brightness down. But, right, see that? Our face has gone red. The highlights of that have gone red. Yep. This is a strange thing associated with brightness and contrast. I don't know what it is. So what we'll do is, the easiest way around that is just not use brightness and contrast. So we'll throw brightness and contrast away, and instead we'll use hue and saturation. Attach that to the model, and then we've got to turn the brightness down, and you notice our face doesn't turn red. So I'll have it down to that, I would imagine. Yeah, something like 50-ish. Right, except of course if the sun's coming from here, it should be highlighting our face. It isn't. Well, not very well. So, but we have just put a hue and saturation on, which has darkened it, and there's a layer mask on it. So if I go on the layer mask and I paint black into the layer mask, it'll bring back the brightness that we just took off. Right. So black, 100%. And we'll just let the feather. You'll see, that's just brought back the lightness that we just taken away. And I run this down here. Down our arm, down our leg. Yep. Except the thing we can't do is the lightness on this arm here. Now this is the way around that. And that is to get your polygonal tool. Zoom down a bit. And what we want to do is select the arm bit where we want to put the lightness on. So the light would probably touch the top one here as well. And it doesn't really matter about the bottom bit because we're just using that edge there. And because we're going to have that edge, I think we'll probably need to feather it. So select, modify feather by 1. Okay. Then make sure you're still in the layer mask. You get your black brush back, and now it will only affect whatever's inside the bit that was selected. So if I just run down there, it's not going to go on the inside of the leg where the shadow is. It's just going to go on the bits where it was selected. So run it down like that. Then you can just get rid of that selection, and now she's got the right lighting on her. Right, a couple of things I would probably do with this. Put a bit of mist on the water would be one of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the clouds again. Remember the clouds? But this time I'm just going to get the rectangular Marquee Tool, and I'm just going to take out a chunk of clouds. You know, Control G of that, and it is there. If I take away the original, that's what we've got. If I pull that down, import that in. Get rid of the original. Now this obviously wants to be on top of the water but behind the model. So that will make it about there. Right. So I'll grab it, where's it? There it is. Grab this, drag it down above the water. Here you go. Drag it down, it is on the water. I'll just pull it out. And you see, by putting it there, we've also taken advantage of the feathering that we'll put on that bit and just turn it down so it looks right. So I don't want much mist on the water, just a touch of mist on the water. And of course, we're focused on the model. So these buildings wouldn't actually be in focus. So I'm going to highlight the buildings. And I'm going to go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and I'm going to make them about 10ish. Yeah, and of course the sky is the same. So if we get, yeah, there's a sky there. That is, we'll also be able to focus. So for that, blur, Gaussian blur, and if, since it's further away, we'll make it about 20, I think, yeah. There you go. Right, looking much better. So now we'll do some enhancements to it, and the first thing we're going to do is kick the contrast up. So down to the bottom here, and we're going to do a gradient map. We're going to make sure it's black and white, and we're going to change the blending mode to soft light. And you see it's a massive kick in contrast. So we just turn the opacity down, and we get the desired effect, which for me seems to be going out there. Right, take that on and off. Yeah, you see you've got a much better out there, haven't you? Also the log. The log should have this top edge lit up the same as we had the edge of the model lit up. So where's the log? Is that a log? That's a log. So if we go on the log, we've got a few things here. Oh, the human saturation was the one taking it down the most, wasn't it? So we're going to the layer mask of the human saturation. You get your black brush. We'll do exactly the same to the log as what we did to the model. So I should be able to do just put a light edge on the log. Like that. And as you can see, it makes it more round as well. We'll probably want that to be a little bit more dark at the bottom here as well. So what I'll do is I'll put another layer on, attach it to the log again, grab a black brush this time, black brush, and what I can do is just darken the bottom of the log a bit there, and just adjust the opacity. There you go. You can see up the 90s, yeah, and just round it off the log a bit. Right, we were doing the contrast, weren't we? We do the contrast, so we should do levels now. and basically you just move your levels in a touch. It's just to get a full range of colours. Yeah, looking better again. That mist has sort of disappeared a bit though. Go down, look for the mist. It is there. Should probably increase that a bit. Yep, that's put it back on again. And I need to warm this whole thing up because it is sunset. So what I'm going to do is go down the bottom for your adjustment layers, and this time I'm going to pick colour balance. Now, sunset colour is orange. Orange is made up of two colours, red and yellow. So if you grab your top pointer and move it towards the red, everything goes a bit more red. And pick your bottom one up, move it towards the yellow, everything will become orangish. Because you've just combined the red and yellow. So something like that. See the difference in there? Yep, we just made it into a sunset. Right, and what we'll do is we'll put a bit of haze in, because a sunsetty haze. And so what I'll do is I'll pick the point which will be behind the model. So there's a point behind the model. I'll put a new layer in there, and I'll go pick that yellow sunsetty colour we had before, and I'm going to turn it down to about 10%. Make it very big. What we're going to do is just have a bit of sunset haze around, like that. Yeah, put it over there, and I think just even that up. And to end it all, I think we should put a new layer on the top. Go back to black and white. I'm going to use a 20% brush this time, and I'm going to put the vignette on. So I'm going to make a fair size brush because I'm just going to be using the feather of the brush. So I just a little bit of feather over there, feather there, bigger feather at this end. Yeah. I'll click again and I'll do it again. Little feather on that side, big feather on this side. Bring that back up again now. The difference is from that to that. Yeah, it does make a much better difference. If you think you've gone a bit too far, just turn down the opacity. Yep, you just adjust the vignette. And there you go. That's it. I wouldn't touch it any further. It looks quite good. Just a reminder, you'll find this on the Socials Digital Group website. It's called Last Embers of Sunset. Apart from the images being there, you'll also find a written tutorial. Thanks for listening.